What's going on, everybody? Eric here with The Average Homeowners, and on today's episode, we're digging into the 5 most essential things you need to do to make sure your lawn stays green and lush all season long. Let's get into it. So the 5 principles we're going to talk about today will work with any type of grass, but you want to make sure that you research your specific type of lawn before applying any of the things we teach you here today. Go ahead and write them down and then do your own research to make sure you're applying the proper principles in the right way. The first thing you're going to need to do when it comes to taking care of your lawn is to make sure you are mowing regularly. Now, with our Bermuda grass here in Southeast Texas, we never mow it down more than a third of the current growth. This is except for the scalp, but on a new lawn like we have here, we're not going to scalp this year one. We're just going to take it down to about 2.5 to 3 inches and keep mowing there all season long. The second thing you're going to need to make sure you're doing with your lawn is watering it regularly. Now, you need to factor in rain when it comes to this and check with your local county or college ag extension office for the amount of water your grass needs on a per week basis. Taking rain into consideration, make sure you have some source of water for your lawn. Whether this be a rotary sprinkler on a garden hose or you have an irrigation system built into your lawn, you want to make sure that you have access to put down a good amount of water on your lawn when it really needs it. Oh, hey, I just wanted to stop and thank you for watching the video this far and ask you to please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash the thumbs up button. It helps us to continue to grow the Average Homeowners channel and to put out more content just like this. Now back for tip number 3. Okay, so the third thing you need to do when it comes to taking care of your lawn is to fertilize it. And you need to do this regularly, every 6 to 8 weeks for best results with a slow-release fertilizer. Now, one of the things I like to do, and you can see in my video right here, is to put on a fast-release fertilizer at the beginning of the growing season. And in our next video, we're going to show you the results of that fertilizer and how it worked on our Bermuda grass lawn. But all grass needs to be fertilized if you're looking for a lush green lawn. And while we're talking about fertilizer, it's a great time to talk about pre- and post-emergence. A lot of people love to use a weed and feed product when they put out their fertilizer. That way they can get a pre-emergent down on the grass early in the growing season. Well, Eric, what does a pre-emergent do and why do I need it? That's a great question, and it's very important that you use one. A pre-emergent actually goes in and gets in the soil and stops the growth of the roots of all of these new weeds that are popping up throughout your lawn. But one important thing to note, if you have a new lawn or if you just seeded your lawn, it is important that you do not use a pre-emergent at this time because it will stop the germination of the grass seed that you just put down. You also want to make sure that if you see fungus spots or brown patch in your yard, you're putting a fungicide down to treat these before they spread throughout your whole yard. And while we're talking about fungus in the yard, we want to talk about pests and insects in the yard as well. I made a video on treating your yard with bifenthrin or bifenthrin. You're going to want to watch that. If you do have an insect infestation in your yard or a major fire ant problem, this will definitely help with that. All right, the fourth thing you need to make sure you do to have a lush green lawn all season long is to aerate your yard. You can use a core aerator or a spike aerator or really just anything to go out there and poke holes in the grass. I guess if your kids are bored and you've got a couple screwdrivers, that would work too. But this is to actually core out holes in the grass to allow seeds and nutrients to get down in the soil and amend your soil from the bottom up. And the fifth thing you need to do, and this might be a little taboo, I might get some negative comments down below from the never seeders, but you need to overseed your grass. You also need to seed any bare spots. You can see how well this seeded grass behind me is doing. It's really coming through. This is the time. In the spring, when you know you're going to be getting water and rain and you're putting your fertilizer down, get your overseed down. Fill in those spots because that's really going to make a difference in the middle of the growing season when you've already got your bare spots filled in and your lawn started. Psst. Don't listen to the never seeders. Don't listen to the people who say, just plant sprigs. Put some seed down, take care of it, water it in, keep it moist. It will grow. By following these tips and staying on top of your lawn care, you can make sure that you have a beautiful green lawn that you can enjoy all year long. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.